They came over in two different groups, my father's family. And the first group, the person that was at Alice Island must have been Irish, because we got an Irish spelling, M-C-C-O-U-L. So I've been Irish. I didn't know any better. Maybe it was a blessing in disguise, I don't know. And then when the second group came over, the person must have been more knowledgeable about Arabic, and they spelled it Makhul, M-A-K-O-U-L. So that's how I became Irish, Lebanese Irish.
And my mother was born in Beirut about 2 weeks before they got on board ship. So she came here as a baby, and she always thought she was born here, but she had a Beirut, Lebanon passport. They came into Washington, D.C., and they stayed up there for a while, and then they came to Houston, and
we can't believe how brave they were.
Brave they were to just
To
drop
come
everything
over.
and leave. My mother would talk about how her mother would talk about stories that people would, you'd hear that there was gold in the streets in America. They would.
Right. And they would say, when you go to America, say hi to my cousin so-and-so, not really realizing how large America was. But that was their dream.
And when he arrived, he really, I'm sure, he nor his brothers or sisters knew how to say hello in English. But they made their own way and made their own living and asked for nothing from anybody. And so I think that their
spirit of determination
was a main thing that helped them to survive.
It was all about family, and it was all about staying close with your family and helping your family, and gatherings, and of course the foods. And we were, through the years, some of us moved from Port Arthur and some were in Beaumont, various places, but we always managed to get back together again. Always managed to have gatherings, frequent gatherings.
Try to fit into to as much as you could. Being half Lebanese, half Egyptian, we definitely stuck out. But
people there didn't even know what we were. Are y'all, what are you? Are you from India? Are you from Iran? Are you Puerto Rican? I mean, there was no Arabic people in our school. When I say country.
And my father would always have other Lebanese come over on Sunday. Sunday was our big Lebanese day. If someone came to the United States that he thought needed help or needed to be assisted in any way, he'd say to my mother, "We need to have so-and-so over for dinner." And my mother would say, "Well, we don't know them." He'd say, "They're Lebanese, we know them. So we need to have them over, and we need to coach them a little bit and teach them how the ways of the Americans are."
That's right. Oh, and Daddy would say, "Let me tell you something about your mother, kids. If you do something right the first time, you have that job for life."
And he was right.
He was right.
He was right.
Well, they loved us, and they loved our heritage.
Very much.
They gave us gifts richer than
material things.
Than material things that any amount of money would ever acquire, And we had grandparents who were extremely brave and courageous, and
so they read this article, The Young Men in Port Arthur, and in this article, Saloom McCargel said, "Can we retain our heritage?" And this just was a spark with some of these young men. And they said, "Yes, we can. And what can we do to do this?" And the move was to have a federation, start a federation.
Federation has given Ralph and I many friends that have lasted for 40 and 50 years, and we treasure it. It's something that has given our children their foundation as well. their heritage. My children are 3/4 Lebanese, Scotch, Irish, German, but they don't know anything about Scottish, Irish, German. They know all about Lebanese. They're full-blooded Lebanese as far as they're concerned.
How do you see the convention has changed? What do you see has been different? How is,
Really, I don't really see a whole lot of change, except the girls wear shorter shorts. But I think it's still very family oriented.
Very
and I think
family
it's